Have you ever felt the weight of the world expecting you to be everything to everyone except yourself? It starts as a low hum, almost imperceptible. The mental list that never stops. Tomorrow's dinner, your child's doctor's appointment, your mother-in-law's birthday, the worry about your partner's presentation, the project due at work. You are the keeper of schedules, the manager of emotions, the silent engineer building the foundation upon which everyone else lives their lives. And at the end of the day, when the silence finally arrives, all that's left is a profound exhaustion, a fatigue that seems to have no source. It's not physical tiredness, it's a weariness of the soul. You feel like the center of everything and, at the same time, completely invisible. You think you're being seen for your care, but you're not. You're being used as infrastructure. They don't see the architect, they just walk across the bridge you've built. You wonder if something's wrong with you, if you're not productive enough, organized enough, strong enough. But what if this exhaustion isn't a personal failure, but a philosophical condition? What if the key to your freedom isn't in a new organizational app, but in a truth a philosopher dared to declare over 70 years ago? Simone de Beauvoir warned you. Simone de Beauvoir, one of the most radical and brilliant minds of the 20th century, didn't just write about philosophy. She dissected the very experience of being a woman. She dedicated her life to mapping the invisible pressures, the unspoken expectations, and the gilded cages society builds around women. And at the heart of her work, she uncovered something fundamental about your exhaustion. She told us, one is not born a woman, one becomes one. And what she meant is that femininity, as we know it, is not a biological destiny, but a script handed to you. A script that demands you become what she called the other. The man is the subject, the standard, the I. The woman, on the other hand, is defined in relation to him. The wife of, the mother of, the daughter of, the caregiver of. She exists to serve, to support, to keep the world of the I running. Beauvoir called this sphere of maintenance immanence. It's the realm of the repetitive, the cyclical, the work that never ends and never builds anything new for yourself. Washing dishes, only for them to get dirty again. Consoling, only for new crises to arise. Meanwhile, men have historically been free to pursue transcendence, projects, creation, invention, self-overcoming. Your exhaustion, then, has a name. It's the crushing weight of immanence. You're trapped in the endless cycle of maintaining others' worlds while longing to build your own. And how does this dynamic show up in your life? It shows up when you're the only one who notices the toilet paper is running out. It shows up when you plan the family vacation and all your partner does is show up with a packed suitcase. It shows up when you absorb everyone's frustration, becoming the unpaid emotional manager of your household. It's a cycle of silent pain. You give, they take. You anticipate, they expect. You burn out, and they ask why you're so tired. And when you stop fitting perfectly into the caregiver script, they don't question the script, they question the actress. You've become the ghost engineer of your home, an architect of a cathedral of comfort and stability that everyone admires without ever acknowledging who designed it. You're not a person. You've become an environment, a function, a 24-hour convenience service. You live in a theater of service where you're the director, the scriptwriter, the producer, and the janitor, while others are merely the carefree talent. And the result is a profound loneliness, a sense of betrayal. How do they not see what you do? How do they not understand the weight you carry? The truth is, they weren't taught to see, and you, subtly, taught them they don't need to. You stop being a woman and start being a function, a mask of competence and care, until one day you look in the mirror and forget who you were before you put it on. And here's the cruelest irony of all. The very thing you believe makes you indispensable and loved, your ability to manage everything, your infinite competence, becomes the reason your true self is erased. Your efficiency becomes your cage. The better you play the role of the other, the more comfortable others get in their roles as I, and the deeper you sink into immanence. Your strength becomes your prison. So far, it might seem like you're a victim of circumstances, a silent martyr. And you are, in part. But here comes Simone de Beauvoir's hard truth, the part that hurts but also liberates. On some level, even if unconsciously, you're not just a victim, you're a volunteer. You accepted the role. You accepted it because you were told that being a good woman meant being this: helpful, selfless, sacrificial. You're more afraid of being called selfish than of living an entire life of exhaustion. You fear the loneliness that might come from setting boundaries more than the inauthenticity of living for others. So, the problem isn't your mental load. That's just the symptom. The real problem is what Beauvoir would say is your refusal to claim your own transcendence. What you call love and care, in many cases, has become a refusal to bear the weight of your own soul, your own freedom. So, what's the way out? If immanence is the disease, transcendence is the cure. The solution is what Beauvoir and the existentialist philosophers would call an act of radical self-creation. It's the process of moving from object to subject, of stopping being defined by others and starting to define yourself. This doesn't mean abandoning those you love. It means loving them from a place of fullness, not service. It means stopping asking, what do they need from me, and starting to ask, what do I demand of myself? What do I want to create? Who do I want to become? And I have to be honest with you, choosing transcendence isn't glamorous. It's brutal. It's a path often walked alone. There will be a withdrawal period. The people around you, used to your constant service, will react. They might call you selfish. They might be confused. They might try to guilt you back into your box. Letting go of the balls you've been juggling is terrifying, but it's the only path to freedom. But after the turbulence, something extraordinary happens. You start to feel solid, rooted in yourself. The exhaustion begins to give way to a vibrant energy, because that energy is now being used to build your own life, not just maintain others. You become the woman who can stand alone, and that's why you'll never truly be alone again. You become real, not just useful. The woman who frees herself from the need to serve is the woman who is finally free to love truly. And then, the dynamic of your relationships fundamentally changes. You stop attracting men or friends who want a mother, a manager, or a maid. You start attracting partners who want an equal, a soul who challenges them, who has her own fire. Your relationships are no longer based on need and service, but on freedom and mutual choice. You teach the world how to treat you by refusing to be treated as anything less than the protagonist of your own story. Your exhaustion isn't a scheduling problem. It's an existential wake-up call. It's your soul screaming that it's been left behind. Simone de Beauvoir challenges you to stop being the other and dare, perhaps for the first time, to be the I, the subject of your own life. But let me warn you, most women who read this will nod in agreement, feel a moment of clarity, and then go back to their endless to-do list. They'll give up before they even start, because the cage of immanence, as suffocating as it is familiar. But you don't have to be one of them. The door isn't locked. The choice is yours, and it always has been. If this message resonated with you, like and subscribe. But more importantly, share this. Do it not just for us, but for your friend, your sister, your coworker. For the next woman drowning in silence, believing it's her fault. Your support isn't just for the channel, it's for the next woman still living in the illusion, waiting to be set free.